All right, today we're going to take a look at technology integration that has taken place in Baltimore County Public Schools with the digital conversion. Today our outcomes for this session will be teachers understand the plans and timeline for the instructional digital conversion, and the second outcome is for teachers to have a better understanding of the characteristics of a digitally integrated classroom. So, which of these are examples of technology? Really, when you look at it, all of these are examples of technology. When you turn on the lights in your classroom, when the students use a pencil and paper in classroom, those are examples of technology. However, as we are living in the 21st century, we want to utilize 21st century technology. We want to take advantage of the current technology that is out there and be able to use that to help teach the students and prepare the students for the future. So when you're talking about 21st century technology, you're talking about examples like the iPad, and you're talking about examples of student response devices as examples of 21st century technology. So what is the student's vision for learning? A Speak Up survey was conducted, and over 325,000 students participated in the survey, and this is what their vision of learning is going to take place in the 21st century. Students want that social-based learning. They want to be collaborative. They want to talk. They want to share with others the things that they're doing. They want that untethered learning. They want learning that can take place everywhere, not something that just takes place inside of a classroom. And they want to be able to use technology as they're going through their learning process. And through all of this, what you have is ultimately they want that blended and personalized learning. They want that understanding that one size does not fit all. How one student learns something is not the way that another student is going to learn it as well. And then as we're taking that blended process, when you're taking that classroom instruction and then you're using technology to learn that instruction as well, blending it all together for the students to be able to learn. When we're taking a look at this, Baltimore County is doing something that many other school districts have not done in the past when they've gone to this one-on-one device in the classroom. We're not in Baltimore County. We're not just taking a device and put it in front of the students and saying, okay, here you go, now use it. It is encompassing the entire system. It is not one person. It is not a group of people. It is not one department that is going forward with this digital conversion. We're talking all of these offices. You're talking about going through and revising curriculums to make sure that they're integrating technology, going in and providing that professional development to teachers, to administrators, to central office staff on the instructional conversion. We're going through and there's a process in place of redoing the assessments so the assessments can be online. You have organizational development that is working with all of this and making sure that the proper training is in place for everyone. When you're talking in infrastructure conversion, you're talking about you're talking about these devices and they need to be Wi-Fi. So we have Wi-Fi going across the system. You have the BCPS1 system that's coming into place. You have the same gradebook that's going to be used across the system. You have all of these that are coming into place with your policies, different policies that have to come into place with these one-on-one devices. And you have to have the funds being reallocated to make sure that everything is in place also. It encompasses the whole system. Everyone is being involved in this process. Now, this was this logo that you're seeing at the top here. This was something that was created by a student focus group when they said that students and teachers accessing tomorrow. As we've seen with the digital conversion is touching everything that we do, this is going to redefine how we deliver instruction in a blended environment. It is not going to be putting students on a computer for an entire class period. Technology is not replacing teaching. Technology is assisting with the teaching process. It is a tool to help the students explore and learn the content. It is customizing and personalizing the learning for the students. Some students could be working in small groups. Some students could be creating products. Other students could be teaching each other and the teacher working with a group of students. It will help the teacher meet the learning needs of all the students. This is the timeline that we are taking a look at with Baltimore County. So you can see right here, every teacher in Baltimore County Public Schools is going to be receiving a device. The yellow is where we're at with our middle school. So we will be getting devices this year. So when you're talking about professional development, strong professional development is being done in first through third grade this year, and K through 5 next year. And then in the 2015-2016 school year, that's when the strong professional development is going to come out, as in the 2016-2017 year, that is when every student in the middle school will be getting these devices. And so what we're doing is making sure that we have the professional development before we roll this out and give the students all their devices. We will still be receiving professional development in these 2 years, but the strongest professional development that is going to be most beneficial to teachers in how to use those one-on-one devices in the classroom will take place in the 2015-2016 school year. And with going with this digital conversion, we have to convert our curriculum. So you can see that they have a timeline in place when new curriculums are going to be developed that will align with this digital conversion. So, what are some of the general details about this? Teachers are going to be receiving their devices this year. It's not known exactly when. Every teacher will be getting a device after spring break. Um, the exact timeline of when that will be is not been determined at this point. We do not know the exact device that we're getting at this point. RFPs were accepted until January 23rd, and then a selection is going to be made by Baltimore County. Devices will have to be tablets that can also function as a laptop. It's not completely certain at this point, but teacher devices will be the same or similar to the devices that the students have. Pending the funding, schools will also receive an additional 60 devices so teachers can start utilizing 21st century technology this year. One of the big things, I know some questions had been coming up. There is no mysterious loss. Students are not going to be able to say that they've lost their device. If students do lose their device, they will have to call the police department and file a police report. They're working with local internet providers to make sure that all students have internet access at home. The big thing here is there's no student opt-out. Before, we had a system where students could opt out of using technology. That is no longer the process in Baltimore County Public Schools. Every student will use these devices and be on the internet. And they want to make sure that we have the proper tech support with this conversion also. So the biggest thing is that every school is going to have an IT person. So we will have an IT person in addition to the staff development teacher and in addition to your tech liaison. There are going to be extra devices in the building, so if a device is not working, they can go and they can turn it in and get a different device, so they can just swap it out to make sure that students still have those devices. And then they're having what they call a milk truck, where if a device is broken, it cannot be fixed in the school, they can swap it. They swap it out, and if it has to be sent out, they can get it repaired within 24 hours. Additionally, every school, as I just said, every school will still have a technology liaison. Every secondary school is going to have a staff development teacher who is now going to be referred to as the STAT teacher. And the STAT teacher is going to be responsible for the classroom technology integration and assisting teachers with this integration. The big thing that's going to be coming down, you'll be provided with training with later this year, is gradebook. There's going to be one gradebook that is going to be used across the entire system, and professional development will be provided on that later on in the year. The system is looking at putting all of the systems that we use in Baltimore County Public Schools into one place. For example, STARS, Easy, Silk, all of these will be in one place, as well as a web portal. So bringing it all together. And that system, as of right now, is slated to be in place for the end of the year. what what we want to do now is we want to take a look at compass points. On this worksheet, we want you to take this and complete this. As you've gone through some basic information on this, taking a look at what else do you need to know, or what else do you need to find out about this initiative. What is worrisome? What are you excited about? And what are some suggestions that you have to move forward? So just take a moment and go ahead and fill that out, and then we'll discuss that in a few minutes. Now that you've got that filled out, that's just something that we can use as we move forward, and we can get in and talk about more of those things, about some different things that you need to know about or still have questions with. Some of the things that you're excited about to get in, some of those things that you're worried about, so that we can make sure that we go in and we start easing some of that worry that you may have. And then we're all professionals. You have suggestions as well, and we need to know those suggestions on how you think that we could do some things different and move forward also. And then lastly, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let your department chair, let your administrator know, or contact Mr. Oler and let him know as well, so we can move forward with this process. All right, thank you.